How clear are your values and principles? If you are a leader to your family, if you are a leader to your company, if you are a leader in your organization and you are leading people, meaning you want other people to perform in their max capacity, guess what? You gotta have a set of values and principles where you constantly casting to the people that's following you, that's working with you. And you have to live those values and principles consistently. You know, you can't be wishy-washy about it. You can't be wavering when obstacles come. Do you even have a set of value and principle that people that is really right next to you understand clearly what you live by? And I think many people don't. And that's why their life, their business is not growing, right? Because if you're trying to lead other people, people working for you, people working with you have to clearly understand and eventually buy into your values and principles as if that's their own, right? So let me share with you 4 of my values I live by consistently for a long time. My values are courage, because I believe that it takes courage to do anything that's uncomfortable. Nobody want to do something that is uncomfortable. But if you want to do anything great, it doesn't matter if it's business or improving your relationship with certain people that you care about, or you simply want to get fit, or you want to have more money in your bank account, you want to have a better relationship with your kids, it takes courage to do something you never done before. And it's uncomfortable, right? The second value that I live by is empathy, right? And as I'm growing older, I'm still young, but as I'm growing older, I start to understand where people coming from. You know, when I was much younger back then, it's either my way or the highway. I have no empathy for anybody, even though my intention is wanting other people to do well, right? Because I have been in the sales. I've been a sales guy. I have been a entrepreneur, mentor to many people. So early on in my career, I was more like, you know, forcing, pushing. You got to do this. If you don't do this, So I had no empathy, even though my intention is really good, because I want that person to achieve greatness. But as I'm growing older, I realized one thing, it's people have different timing in their life, if that makes sense, right? You know, maybe certain people go through tough times in, you know, with their health, maybe their relationship with their partner or their kids, it's very horrible. They're going through some tough time, or maybe they failed many times in the previous career and they are hard to trust anybody else. So having the empathy as I'm growing older put me in a better position of becoming a better leader. It's you empathizing people where they're coming from. Does not mean you're lowering your standard. You still set the standard high, but also coming from an angle of trying to understand what this individual is going through. And the third value that I live by is humility. Now that's not easy to do, right? You know, as we grow in our life, as we becoming more successful, making more money, driving a better car, wearing something that it's, you know, brand names, and you're better than certain people when it comes to money and financially. Everybody around you usually will say everything that you want to hear. Compliments start to fly in. That's when most people change, you know, and they start to really believe that they're better than other people. And I think having the humility, it's what the top 1% of the most successful people in the world today possess. If you look at guys like Warren Buffett, yeah, you know, I mean, if you look at, you know, guys like Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, those are big names, right? I mean, what do you notice about these guys? They're very humble, you know? I mean, and they don't treat people below them financially with no respect. You know, they treat people around them, you know, people who below them. When I say below, I'm talking about monetary-wise. I'm talking about finance-wise, okay? Financial-wise, okay? With the same respect as they're treating other billionaires. Now that's very hard to find. It's so easy to treat people above you with respect, but treating people who's below you or the same level as you when it comes to money and financially is very difficult to find. So that's one of the values that I live by many, many years. And I guess that's, that's my DNA. I came from a very, very humble family. My dad passed away when I was 15 years old. My dad and mom taught me a lot of great values, and being humble is one of them. So I never had to try to be humble. It's always been in my DNA. And for those people who don't have that DNA in you, you got to be intentionally making that changes, because if you want to have amazing people around you, you got to stay grounded and humble and understand your success and your money is a blessing. It's a blessing. It's not entitlement, right? So if you live your life that way, you're gonna attract a lot of amazing people in your life. And the last one, the last value I live by is what I call wisdom. Now it's gonna take a long time to have this value in your blood, in your DNA, in your brain, in your soul, right? Wisdom is very, very hard to obtain. That's the word I wanna use, right? Wisdom is you're learning, you're applying, you're making mistakes. And then you have so much of this experience and all these mistakes and failures you accumulated in life. And ultimately, you have wisdom. Wisdom is knowing what not to do, even you know you can do it. Did you hear what I just said? Experience is knowing what to do. Wisdom is knowing what not to do, even you can do it. So those are the 4 values that I live by, but not only I live by it, I cast those 4 values consistently to everybody is working around me. Everybody, it doesn't have to be business people, anybody around me, they clearly understand those are my 4 values. So now let's talk about principles, right? Principles, it's also extremely critical and important, especially if you are running a business, right? Because a lot of my videos, I also talk about business, I talk about life, I talk about business, it's all connected. But if you are someone that's running a business, having that set of principles, it's extremely important, right? So, I have a bunch of principles written down on here. So I'm not gonna go through every single one of them. These are the principles that I'm constantly casting to the people around me, the people especially working with me, right? One of the principles, I'll tell you what it is stop searching for people to follow you. Just simply build up a great reputation where people around you are taken care financially in every single way. Stop searching for people to say, hey, I need you to follow me. Why don't you follow me? And I hear a lot of people say, how come I don't have people following me? And if they're at the upper management, they're forcing people to follow them. And even if those people follow them, it's temporary, because eventually people only want to follow people that add value in their life. So ask yourself a question right now. If people around you, are their lives, are their income, are their experience, are their wisdom increased because of you? Write down few people that you directly work with in the last 18 months or 24 months. And because of your direct mentorship, their income went up. They become happier. They have less issues. Their life improved. And if you say, I don't have anybody, so start to add value to other people. Start to recreate yourself. Don't worry about followers. If you add enough value to help other people and their life change because of what you help them with, the rest is automatic. The rest is going to flow. And now another principle I want to share with you is this. Don't compare. Don't look around. Just beat your prior best. That's another principle I teach all my guys. And especially, right, I'm in sales, right? A lot of my guys are competitors, and big part of, being in sales is you get intimidated by other sales guys that's doing extremely well, right? Because I have a lot of guys come in and say, oh my God, this guy's doing better than me, that guy's doing better than me, that girl is crushing it. I mean, you know what, I've been here for the last 12 months. You know what, I'm not seeing the success that I was expecting when I first joined this industry with this company. And one of the things that I teach people is that don't look at anybody else. If you look at anybody's success, it's simply one thing. If they can do it, I can do it too. Find some relatable stories about that person that you want to compete with, or you inspire by in this case. Find out what is something that's so relatable between them and you. And after that, don't look at them. Because they started the business, they started a career probably earlier than you. They paid a price higher than you. Why should you compare yourself to other people? Compete with you. Beat the prior you. Beat the old you, right? And if you've done 5 sales, the best month in your career is 5 sales. Guess what? All you gotta do is to pick 1 month to do 6 sales. And then you go from 6, try to do 8. If the most money you ever save in a month is $200 per se, you know what? Set a goal to save $500 a month. You know what I mean? If your credit score right now is 423, set a goal from a year from now, from 423, let's get to 500. Don't look at people who have 820 scores. Because when you look at those people that's much higher than you, much better than you right now, guess what? It demotivated you actually because you started comparing. So remember this, stop looking around, stop comparing, just beat the OU. Another principle, now this is a good one here. It's way better to take a criticism and advice from a trusted advisor and friend than a flattery or compliment from a fake friend or real enemy. Did you hear what I just said? Let me just say that one more time. It's much better to take a criticism, a wounded message, a criticism from a real friend and a trusted advisor than a flattery, a compliment from a fake friend and an enemy. That's a principle I live by all the time. And you know what? Most people around you, they're going to say the things that you want to hear. But those people might be your competitors. Those people might not have the best interest in you. And when you start to listen to those nice messages, you're not going to grow because you're gonna really believe this message is coming towards you is real. I tell you right now, 99% of the compliments people giving you is not even real because they give it to you because number one, they try to be nice to you, and number two, some of these people could be fake to you. They want to get something out of you. That's why they compliment you. That's why they're making you feel good. Or maybe it could be a competitor. They want to slow you down. Have you ever thought about that? Because you are doing better than they do, and all of a sudden say, hey, you know what? You're a nice guy. You're a nice person. You know, you have a great family. You know, making a lot of money, it's not important. Just slow down a little bit. See, that's an advice from someone that does not have your best interest. Someone who has your best interest as a trusted advisor, as somebody that really loves you, it'll be like, you know what? You can do more. What you're doing right now is not going to cut it. You know what? You deserve more. You know what? You deserve to get to the next level. I believe in you. You know what? You're doing okay right now. You're making great money right now. But there's another level of advancement, another level of income where you can contribute to society. You have this ambition. You have this desire. You have this work ethic. You have this God-given a gift where you are so good with people. Why not maximize it and contribute to not just your family, but people around you, impact other people's life? Let's do more. You see, this trusted advisor, this person, he's poking you. She is poking you. But he is poking you to challenge you to do more. And most people get offended. Most people say, you know what, why you talk to me like that? I think I'm already arrived. I'm all good. Why do you tell me to do more? Am I not good enough? If you take it that way, that trusted advisor, that mentor that wants you to do more, eventually they might not want to give you any more feedbacks because you're too sensitive. And also, you don't want to do more. You don't want to grow more, right? So I can go on with a lot of my principles. I got a bunch of them. But you follow what I'm saying? The importance of values and principles and the way you cast to people around you, to your kids, to your partners, to your leaders, to your employees. It's so important. If you want to grow your business, if you want to grow your organization, if you want to grow your numbers, if you want to grow in leadership replacement, if you want your employees to perform to its max capacity, you got to start to cast your values and your principles to them consistently. But not only casting, you have to live by those values and principles. I hope you guys love my message today. Again, being a loyal fan, being a loyal supporter, I appreciate you. And one of the things that I'm asking you to do is to post a comment below, share this video to anyone that you believe can benefit out of this video. And most importantly, download and subscribe to my free version of the Just Win app at the end of this video. Inside the app, it has thousands of free contents you can follow and listen to on a daily basis. All right? Take care. See you next time. JW here. If you like my content, comment below and download my JW Just Win app. See you next time.